Hey, howdy, hey, folks. It's Mrs. Johnson. We are talking about Order of Operations on the Agro Wisdom channel today. Um, I think this is my first official lesson that I'm uploading, and it's going in the extra lessons. And I elected to do that because Order of Operations and knowing how to do your operations in math specifically, because we're talking about math stuff, is important to pretty much any agricultural math that you'll do. Um, Most math is fairly simple if you have a solid grasp on order of operations and how the operations themselves work. So I hope to upload another video on how exactly the operations themselves work, um, on top of this one, hopefully this week. But today, order of operations. So we'll jump right into it. Um, the order of operations is the order in which you do math all the time. It is something that some really old dead probably men um decided that we do all the time, just so then there's order and rules and everyone gets the same answer all the time as long as you follow the rules. Um, and we'll see why that's important here in a second. You always read um math problems from left to right, going like this: left to right. If this is the left, you go to the right. And you use that fun little colored stuff, PEMDAS, which is an acronym, um, in the order that it is written from left to right. So P stands for parentheses. You always do parentheses first from left to right until they're all gone. And then you'll move on to exponents, moving left to right until they're all gone. And then you'll move on to multiplication and division, moving from left to right. You can do them one at a time if it makes a bit more sense in your brain, but doing them together is also fine. We'll learn why you can do them together in one step when we talk specifically about operations, but we'll leave that for another video. And then your last two, addition, subtraction, A and S, you also do from left to right, no matter what's there. Ideally, once you've gotten to A and S, addition and subtraction, there should be nothing else there. So all you're doing is adding and subtracting things, which is fun. You move from left to right with that. And so we're going to do some examples today of order of operations just to give you a feel into how this works. There's lots of free online websites and worksheets and stuff that you're more than welcome to do if you still need some help. If I didn't explain something, leave a comment. If you like this video, subscribe, like, do all the things. But anyway, back into, and you'll see that I highlighted these with our fun little colors. And we'll start with this top left one, 32 minus 5 times 3. If we move from left to right in this one, 32 minus 5 times 3. You start with parentheses. Because we don't have parentheses, we don't do them. We also don't have any green exponents. We do have multiplication or division. So we have to do that first from left to right. And 32 minus, that's not addition. That's not multiplication. So 5 times 3 is 15. 15. All right. And typically, you'll be told to rewrite it on the bottom, particularly if you're in elementary school. It's good practice and makes for good habits because then you can see what all you have left, right? And so then we just have this purple section because we've done 5 times 3. So then we just go through the same thing, moving left to right. We've done the orange, the green, the blue, and now we just have addition and subtraction. 32 minus 15. Doing some brain stuff. I know 30 minus 15 is 15. And we need 2 more on top of that, so I know that's 17. Now, we are all done because we've done this section. And our answer is 17, right? Now, we'll go down to this next one here, which reads parentheses 5 minus 2 parentheses times 6. And we work from left to right in the order of PEMDAS. So we have parentheses. We have to do them first, even though in the parentheses is subtraction, and we do multiplication before subtraction. We do parentheses before multiplication. So let's do the parentheses. 5 minus 2 is 3. And so we can cross that out. And we rewrite the rest of it that we didn't do. So 3 times 6, which is blue. That's the last step that we have. So we can go left to right. We don't have any green, so we don't have to worry about that. We don't have any exponents, which is what I'm talking about. We do have multiplication. So we have to go left to right with multiplication. 3 times 6 is 18. And with that, we finish out our equation at 18. You'll find that I square my answers all the time just because the school's education that I grew up in had me box all my multiplication answers. Or all my answers for math, regardless. And so then we go down to this one, which reads 3 minus 1 plus 2 to the second power. This is an exponent. Some of you might not know how exponents work. We'll do a video on it. It's easy in concept, a little harder in practice. So we go dun, dun, dun. We start left to right. We look for parentheses. We don't have parentheses. Then we go to the next one, which is exponents. When we look for exponents from left to right, we do have exponents, which is this 2 to the second power. 2 to the second power is 2 times 2, which is 4. So I'm going to write 4, cross it out, and I'm going to bring the rest of my equation down. So now my equation reads 3 minus 1 plus 4. So then I start all over again. And we don't have parentheses. We don't have exponents. We do have multiplication or division, which is this blue. So I'm going to do that. 3 divided by 1 is 3. So I can rewrite it as 3 plus 4 equals, right? And I'm going to check this order of operations one more time. No parentheses, no exponents, just did multiplication or division. That leaves me with addition or subtraction going from left to right. I have addition. 3 plus 4 is 7. So I can write 7. And that gets rid of my last thing in my original equation and everything else that's below. And so then we'll jump on to these two over here. These two on this side are a little tricky. I made them a little tricky on purpose. So then we can practice. You'll see that they are, there we go. You can see our things. Our little memo. If you like this memo and it's helpful, write it down on every paper that you have. Keep it in your notebook. Keep it in your pencil box. Keep it in your phone. I don't care what you do, because even your calculators run off PEMDAS. So if you do not punch things into your calculator correctly, you're going to end up with weird answers like we're going to find with these two. Okay? These next two. And so, we'll start with the first one. 5 times 6 divided by 3. Now, we'll look at our order of operations. parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction, and work from left to right through the sections. We don't have any parentheses in this top one, right here. We don't have any exponents. We do have multiplication and division, and we have to go from left to right in it. So we start with 5 times 6. 5 times 6 is 30. And so we can cross that out and we bring it down. 30 divided by 3. That's all we have left, but we're going to go through our order of operations just for practice. No parentheses, no exponents. We do have multiplication or division now. So then we work from left to right. 30 divided by 3 is 10. 10 is our answer there. Right? And I can cross these out. And I'll actually go through this one. If I were to do this one backwards, we'll hold on to that. Never mind. Never mind. I forgot. Right? Because we're going to do it backwards in the next one. You'll see. So we're going to do this one. 5 times 6, parentheses, 6 divided by 3. End parentheses. Right? And so we're going to go through our little order of operations once again, right? Working from left to right, looking for parentheses. And we look from left, 5 times parentheses. We've got parentheses. We've got to do it first. 6 divided by 3, right? So we got to do that first because of the parentheses. 6 divided by 3 is 2. So I can cross that out, and we can write 5 times 2 now, and just bring the rest of our equation down. And then we go through the order of operations one more time, just to make sure that we've gotten everything. We did parentheses, 5 times 2, no parentheses there. No exponents in 5 times 2, so we don't have to worry about it. We do have multiplication, left to right, in 5 times 2. 5 times 2 is 10. Now, what exactly did we do different between the top one and the first one? Well, the top one, we started here. We started on the left. And then we did this section here. On the bottom one, we did this section first. Right? And that might not make a whole lot of sense on why they came out as the same answer, but it's important to follow the rules. Because you will end up with tricky things. Right? If I were to have 5 times 6 divided by 3 minus 1, right? Versus 5 times 6 divided by 3 minus 1 in parentheses. Right? If I were to put that whole situation in parentheses instead, we'll run through this equation really fast. And I apologize because I cut off my little aid up there on the top of my little whiteboard. But we go left to right in PEMDAS, right? And so we'll start with this top one. 5 times 6, right? Because we don't have any parentheses in this top one. We don't have exponents. We do have multiplication and division. And we got to work left to right. So we start with 5 times 6. 5 times 6 is 30. 30. It's a bad 3. I apologize. 30. And we rewrite it. Divide by 3 minus 1. We can cross that out, and then we do it again. Left to right, through PEMDAS. No parentheses, no exponents. We do have multiplication or division. So 30 divided by 3 is 10. Now, we rewrite it one more time, right? So we've done this. We've done that. 10 minus 1, right? Because that's our last step. And we go through PEMDAS one more time. No parentheses, no exponents, no multiplication or division. But we do have addition or subtraction. So we go 10 minus 1 equals 9. Lovely. 9 is our answer there. And if we were to restart, right, if we were to use this, on this last one here, let's see what difference it makes. Okay, 5 times 6, parentheses, 6 divided by 3 minus 1. So then we go through the same thing. We look for, working left to right, we look for parentheses here, right? We do have parentheses, so we have to start here, right? 5 times 6 parentheses. We've got parentheses. Once you're in parentheses, you have to work through the rest of the order of operations. So we look for more parentheses in that parentheses. We don't have any, so we're good. We don't have exponents. Working left to right in this section. We do have multiplication or division. So then we got to do that. 6 divided by 3 is 2. And then we bring everything else down. 5. So now we read 5 times parentheses 2 minus 1. And we restart, right, in our parentheses. So we look for more parentheses in our parentheses. Here again, right? Because we work through our order. We still have parentheses. We didn't get rid of them. The only way you get rid of parentheses is when there's one number and one number only in parentheses. Can't have any operations in parentheses. Otherwise, they're still there. They still count. So we have parentheses. In that parentheses, we don't have any. We don't have exponents in that section. We don't have multiplication or division, but we do have addition or subtraction, right? And so 2 minus 1 is 1. And then we bring our whole equation down. 5 times 1. And that's the last of it because we only have one operation left. And so we look through. We don't have parentheses anymore. We don't have exponents. We do have multiplication or division. So then we start there. 5 times 1 is 5. Now, let's compare these answers because we got a 9 and a 5. And the only difference we made, realistically, the only difference we made was when we subtracted this. I'll highlight it. When we subtracted this 1. This 1 got subtracted at different times. On this top equation here, which I can highlight in a different color, right? This top equation here, we did all of our multiplication first, multiplication division first, before we ever got to the subtraction. Because order of operations over here, this fun thing told us to do multiplication first. Now, on this one down here, we ended up doing our subtraction of that 1 in the red second down here. And what that did is it changed when we multiplied because of that parentheses. And that gave us a totally different answer. It gave us 5 instead of 9. Now you'll see on this top one, right? We did the same thing. We worked through PEMDAS. I apologize if that's tough to read, but we worked through PEMDAS, right? PEMDAS, parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. We went through all of that, and it didn't change the answer on these ones because we were in the same style of operation. It moves numbers in the same way. And in my next video, hopefully, that I upload, we will talk about how operations work and the way they move on the number line to make that make a bit more sense. But until then, follow the rules, use the order of operations, parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. Use them. They're important because of silly things like these two questions. Important. Okay. Thank you so much. I will see you soon. I hope you have a lovely day. And I hope you come visit the Accurate Wisdom channel again.